I've been waiting 4 years to start drifting, and I finally went to my first drift event, and it was insane.
Yeah, so fun.
Okay, my name is Lane, and this is a video series called Random to Tandem, where I go from a novice beginner drifter to hopefully tandeming in 1 year. That's the goal at least, and that's what this series is gonna cover. We will have everything from my very first drift event to the last event of the year, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I'm banging doors by the end. I have no idea, we'll see. I've heard the phrase a couple times, no tandems with randoms. So essentially that means you don't want to drive with someone that like sucks, you don't know, because they might crash into you and total your car. So I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that people are tandeming with. By the end of this year, that's the goal. Hopefully we can make it happen. Okay, so on episode 1 of Random to Tandem, we're gonna cover my event at Lake Erie Speedway. This was my very first drift event. I've kind of drifted like in parking lots in the past, like doing donuts and that kind of stuff. Nothing serious. This is my first drift event where I'm learning the ropes. And I'll just say, it was insane. It went like so much better than I could have expected. I don't want to spoil it, but it was awesome. To give you a quick preview, we're gonna go over the whole event, but to give you a quick preview, we'll show a comparison of like one of my first laps to one of my last laps of the day. Too hard. Okay, obviously you can see that I had like ton of improvement. I learned a lot. A lot of that skill comes from my time driving a simulator. I've been drifting on a sim for like 2 years probably. Not that frequently. I think I have like 200 hours in game on Assetto Corsa, but it definitely transferred like really well. We're gonna go over almost every lap, but within just a few laps, I was already linking turns and that kind of stuff. So we'll get into it. Before we get into the actual driving, I wanna go over what it took to prepare for the event, because it was so much more than I expected. There was just like so many things I needed to buy and needed to do to go to my first event. It was like overwhelming, honestly. Partly it was so hard because I decided last minute to go to this event. It was a Saturday event and I decided like Wednesday morning that I was gonna go. So I had to prep the car, prep the truck, buy a trailer, and it was just crazy. Like it was all last minute. The main things with the car I had to do was make sure it passed tech. That was pretty much all I was concerned with. And then with the truck, I had to make sure that it would get there and that I would tow a trailer without something going seriously wrong. I have never towed before and this was like all brand new to me. Okay, so I get off work on Friday at like 2:30. I think I've done everything to prepare for the event and we hit the road. We is my wife and 2-year-old son. We were all going, it was a family adventure. So we just set off, we were gonna get a hotel that night. And I was honestly nervous that like we weren't even gonna make it. Like something was gonna happen with the truck or the trailer. And I mean, it was my first experience with this. So like, I was just kind of freaking out. The drive there actually didn't go as I expected. It went perfectly. The truck towed fine the whole way. I just put it on cruise control, 65, and we just cruised all the way there. It was probably like a 4.5, 5-hour drive. And yeah, not a single hiccup. We got to the hotel, stayed the night there, and in the morning, we just drove 20 more minutes to the track. Okay, so we've made it this far. We're at the track. It's been insanely stressful, but at least we're there. That doesn't mean all of my worries were gone though. I was still kind of freaking out because I didn't know if the car was even gonna work. I'm not a mechanic. I have very little experience working on cars. I kind of put the whole car together myself and I really don't know what I'm doing. I mean, it was pretty simple. Really quickly, all I did to the car was welded the diff. I didn't weld it, I just pulled it out, gave it to someone. Installed coilovers, installed rear camber and tow arms, installed a GK Tech, the cheap angle kit, like the small bolt-on one, and then like a seat and a steering wheel. So like super basic stuff. I guess there's not too much that can go wrong there, but I didn't know. The car also had this weird issue where it doesn't want to start sometimes. So like that was really kind of stressing me out. I still don't exactly know why that happens, but it always starts. It just sometimes takes a little bit of time. So maybe if you know why, tell me in the comments or whatever. And the clutch was giving me some issues where at the time I thought it was just like a leaky slave, which it was. And so I'd just lose clutch pressure every once in a while, and I would just try and bleed it and fill it up with fluid, which seemed to work fine, but I didn't know if like maybe I was gonna completely lose the clutch right as I started drifting. So long story short, I was stressed. I was kind of freaking out. This has been like 4 years building up to this one moment, and I'm like, I hope it works. I hope it works. Just like the trip with the truck and trailer to the hotel went perfectly, dude, the car worked perfectly. Now let's get into the driving footage. There's a lot of it. We're gonna kind of go over the major points, some of the most interesting laps that I did. Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, this isn't as big as I thought. Yeah, you're gonna want third in the end though, for sure. So where does it go from here? Might as well just drive it. Get comfortable driving it. First run. I think it goes right here.
Yeah, I see.
Back left.
Oh, it's a bumpy, dude. Oh, traction control's on.
Oh, yep, that'll happen. Yeah?
More power than I thought, dude.
Really?
Holy cow.
Well, that's good.
Dude, it kicked out so fast. And I angle stalled.
You're gonna spin out, but if I were you, I'd gain a little bit of speed. It's hard to look while you're going about 40, 45, 50. Clutch kick third gear. That's on that first corner, whenever you feel comfortable, but you're gonna do a third gear, and you'll probably drop back down to second for those small turns.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was it. That was my first lap ever, and honestly, it went better than I thought it would. I thought like I'd just be, I don't know what I thought, but it was awesome, and you could tell how excited I was. It's funny looking back how excited I was over like the tiniest little skid that I was completely like not even in control for. But anyways, it was sweet. That's Mike, my friend Mike Love in the passenger seat. I actually met him like 2 days prior to this event, but he was kind of coaching me, giving me some tips. Yeah, he was trying to tell me like that first corner was a third gear corner. And dude, like third gear, my mind was just like scary. I was like, dude, there's no way I'm gonna be drifting in third gear. That's probably like 100 miles an hour. It's not, but if I was like, dude, no way, we're not doing third gear. I eventually got there, as we'll see, but it takes some convincing throughout the day. So yeah, let's get into lap 2.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good third gear clutch kick. And then as soon as you get to them cones, you're probably gonna slow down a little bit, drop back down to second. Now right there, you ran out of angle.
Yeah.
So you kind of play with it back and forth.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, that's good. Hell yeah, that was nice. Is that first?
That was first. I should have put it in second.
Don't ever play with first.
I know, I forgot.
Pointless in this car. I was just saying it to say it, but yeah, first gear is pointless.
Yeah, that was dumb. I ran out of wheel speed immediately. Too hard.
That's okay, you'll be comfortable with it. High RPM clutch. Now that to me is too grippy in the rear.
Yeah, yeah.
That is, you warmed up the tires and you're at a
it.
low PSI with low horsepower.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted you to bump up to 50, but it's good that you got the feeling of it while it was grippy.
Yeah,
so now
maybe,
it's gripping up too much. I would recommend bumping your tire PSI.
Maybe we'll pull it off after this and try it.
Yeah. Up to third, man.
I'm gonna hit the wall, dude.
Oh, you come in close like this with third, you'll be good, I'm telling you.
Dang it, dude.
So I did a few more laps, starting to just feel out the car, get the hang of it. And in my head, it is already going so much better than I thought. Like, it was so fun. The car was working. I was getting sideways. I wasn't leaking the track yet, but I was definitely getting there and making some early progress already. And it was just sick. Okay, so that was like my best lap so far. Like, I actually got kind of close to linking the whole track, except for the entry. I'm not even really doing the entry yet, but I just keep spinning. I keep spinning like every lap, but it's on the same spot every time. So I'll hit the first turn and I'll drift it, and then transitioning into the second turn, I'll spin, and then I'll just reinitiate and keep drifting a little bit. But you'll see here, like, it was kind of over and over and over again, and it still ended up happening throughout the day. I don't know what it was about that specific spot. There was like some gnarly like bumps that were going on, so like maybe that was part of it, and like as you hit the bump, you kind of gain some grip. I don't really know. I kept spinning though. But that's all part of the process. I'm learning, and it was going awesome.
Dude, I spun again! The same spot every time. I think I linked it. I kind of angle stalled it towards the end there, but I think that counts, dude. That's sick.
Okay, so I somewhat managed to link the whole course. The second to last turn, I definitely like angle stalled a bit and like still stayed in drift, but it wasn't perfect, obviously, but I was drifting throughout the whole course, which was sick. I was so pumped to do that. And this was probably about maybe like an hour or two into the day, so like not that long at all. I still wasn't doing the third gear entry though. And like at this point, I kind of knew like, okay, like I'm gonna need to start hitting this entry, but I was just like, there was just some mental block that was like stopping me from doing it. What ended up happening was one of the staff members that was running grid, he like came up to the car and he's like, dude, like, why are you slowing down on the entry? I was like, dude, I'm scared. That's all it is. He's like, dude, just send it. And he's like, that's pretty much all I said, just do it. And I was like, okay, maybe. Like in my head, I still wasn't gonna do it. And then as I'm taking off, like he like tells me to go. As I'm leaving, he like yells. He's like, third gear. And I'm like, crap, I can't let him down. So like I put it into third and I just send it, dude. Like I'm not going crazy fast, but I send it and it works. Here it is.
That initiation is so crazy, dude. I did not think I was gonna be clicking it that hard. It's probably really not that hard, but it feels crazy.
So like now I'm just like sending it, dude. I'm like, in my brain, I'm just like having a good time. The entry feels insane, dude. Like I didn't really expect myself to be doing those kind of entries. So I was just pumped, dude. I was stoked. I could have gone home like right then and been happy. Still had like 3 or 4 more hours of drifting left. So I was stoked.
I need to, man, what the heck? Why am I, it's that same spot. I transition and like, I'm in drift and then like, it's not like I transition and immediately spin. I'm in drift and then slowly lose it.
So, it's so hard to explain like that whole concept of, I know exactly what it is, it's just hard to explain, but at that point, you almost want to like, sometimes I'll push the clutch in mid-drift and it'll still be sliding. Yeah. And then I'll just re-engage it and it'll just kick me out even farther,
I'll try
or
that.
It'll whip me the other way.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do, yeah. Maybe like 1 or twice, but that was one of the best, yeah.
That's good, that was nice.
We freaking did it. We did it. We linked the track with a sick entry. I can't even express myself. Like that was so sick to me. Dude, this is like what I've been watching on YouTube for the past freaking 4 years and it's like happening. Dude, this is epic.
You know what I really want you to try?
What's up?
And I'm gonna say it like this, but that doesn't mean I want you to, you know, go right next to it. But I want you to go closer to the wall when you initiate, so you're farther out in the bank. Yeah. And your car will drive better that way.
I have the same thing. I think I'm just initiating too early because I'm a little scared. Yup. Because I go immediately to the flat. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
When you dip down, it scrubs speed and it changes the way your car is like steering all in all.
Got ABS lights and brake light just came on.
That's because you're drifting like a mother. If you turn your, so that's basically because you're going balls deep right now. You turn your car off for 5 seconds, turn it back on, all those lights will go off.
Okay.
That will send you higher in your drift as well. Good spot to drop the second. When you're still in your third gear, it's kind of hard. Get a little close to the wall. Okay, okay.
I was feeling confident. Check my brake, my clutch fluid.
It's a good idea.
Dude, that feels so good, man.
Yeah. Tell me it just doesn't just satisfy your life getting close to that wall.
So at this point, like, dude, I'm shredding. It's so sick. I'm like freaking out right now just thinking about it. But I'm also getting like a little too reckless. As you can see, I was like trying to get close to the wall, which thinking back was like a dumb idea. Like, I'm still such an inexperienced driver. Like, dude, I could have just like ended everything right there and smashed my car. Luckily I didn't. We survived. It was funny, the first time I got close to the wall, it was like I had already transitioned. I was drifting and I was like, oh, like I'm heading towards the wall. Like, let's try and get close to it. It was like right before I was going to the wall. I decided to go for it. It was dumb, but it was sick also. It made for a cool picture. Okay, here's some of the last footage I have of the day. My friend Carl jumps in, and dude, he's like hyping me up. He's like laughing, he's clapping, like dude, he's just having a good time, and it's like we're just jamming, dude. We're shredding, and it's like it's epic.
Hell yeah, dude. Rip it.
So fun. We lost it. We were on the bank though.
Yeah, that was sick. Probably need to downshift earlier though. Because it was like,
Yeah, a little early.
That was sick though.
I entered so late, dude.
No, that's like perfect.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was pretty close to the wall. I'm gonna kill myself.
It was aggressive too. The flick was like,
aggressive, dude. I watched that video from that Spirit JP guy, and I'm all inspired.
oh
now.
yeah, dude. That like I saw it. I'm like, oh my god, that makes a ton of sense.
There's like so much technique in that video that I'm not applying though. There's like so much still that I could be doing. I'm not doing backies obviously, but
Dude, I've watched this clip like probably 20 or 30 times. It's just like, I just get like flooded with happiness when I watch it. It's like, it's so awesome, dude. This is the last clip I have of the day. And dude, overall, it was just like an amazing experience. I don't know how everything worked out so good. I have a suspicion it was probably just like the amount of over preparation that I did. I say that I like decided to go to the event on Wednesday morning and it was on Saturday. I was planning on going to an event that was like 2 weeks after that. So I had already kind of like been preparing. I don't know, dude. It was awesome. Everything worked really well. I'm like super stoked to get a ton of seat time this season. I've got like a reliable setup. My truck's reliable. I've got a brand new trailer, a reliable car. So we're just gonna be shredding, dude. Actually, my next event is in like a few days. I'm recording this on a Tuesday and we're driving on Saturday again, 2 weeks after this Lake Erie event. This event is actually a beginner's clinic down with Riverside Drift in Indiana. So it's gonna be like a long drive. It'll probably be 7 hours. There's only 20 drivers. They're all beginners and there's gonna be a ton of staff there for instruction. So I hope to make a ton more progress this event. So if you wanna see the progress, if you wanna see me go from a random to a tandem, subscribe, like, and follow along. It's gonna be an epic journey. Dude, I just hope it's awesome. That's all.